Why is it offensive to say, colored people, but not people of color? Mostly because of the use of colored during racial segregation laws that universally provided lower quality options to mostly black people. Semantics and context. Colored people was used during segregation, so it carries a more negative connotation. Also, the semantic issue with colored people is that it places colored before people, as if being a person is secondary, whereas people of color first acknowledges personhood, and then color. It basically boils down to, when a word gets used in a derogatory way for a period of time, an enlightened society realizes it should probably not be a great word to use to refer to people, even if the person doesn't intend it in a derogatory way at the moment. That's why there's change to language. The word colored was used with disdain towards black people for a long time by many people. That's why it is considered offensive. People of color, on the other hand, has not had that distinction. It probably won't. Either it's a bit long for a slur, so it's a safer choice. People complain about language changes, but it's pretty simple. I've had that same thought. Also Caucasian. But my way of dealing with it now is to simply meet whoever I'm talking to where they are, and respect the labels they apply to themselves. I don't have to understand them in order to honor them. Black woman here. Think both phrases are dumb. I'm just black. My preference. I like being referred to as black. Colored people sounds outdated. People of color sounds awkward, forced, and is grammatically incorrect. It's also strange to me to divide the world up into white European and everyone else. Even within Europe there is a lot of ethnic diversity. I just specify exactly what I'm referring to. African, Asian, Hispanic. Just as an interesting fact, if anyone comes to South Africa, you'll encounter the colored people, who are a race and culture of their own. Official ethnicity is colored. It's not derogative at all. Look, all of these come to the same thing. Terms assholes have used in large numbers to the point that it has a bad connotation. That's always the cause. Assholes being assholes. Take something as innocent as the word boy. Just a boy. My son's a boy. You see that boy over there? Now call a black man boy. The reason that is different is because racist trash, in their way of being racist trash, used the term as an insulting and demeaning way of belittling black people for a long-ass time. Long enough it was tainted. So someone coming along who doesn't know history can end up stepping on a landmine without realizing it, which sucks. But the root cause still is because assholes use it as a hateful term. Same thing with every other racist term. Enough assholes use it. The word, phrase is tainted. And good people stop using it because they don't want to be associated with assholes. Before long, only assholes are using it, and proudly so, to signal their assholishness to other assholes. The root issue is always assholes. And sadly, assholes love to hide behind the skirts of innocent people so they can be assholes while denying that they're assholes, rather than just stopping being assholes. Like a lot of things, it's offensive because it was created to be offensive, and now has that connotation. There's nothing inherently offensive about words like Negro or colored. But because they were commonly used during a very racist time in history, they now have a negative connotation which people try hard to avoid. My wife is black. From my understanding, both terms are offensive. From what she's told me, black people just want to be called black, not African American, not colored, not people of color, etc. It changes all the time and will change again. I am from South Africa. Here it's normal and preferred to say colored people. I think it's very admirable to ask questions that may open you up to criticism, simply because you want to grow and learn. Some people will inevitably think this is a racist question, but it's asked to prevent racist thoughts, words, which is a great sign of compassion and care for others. Seems like a lot of people have already answered the original question, so I want to just plug in an addition. I've heard recent pushes for white people to stop referring to ourselves as Caucasian, because it's 1. Rooted in white supremacist ideas of white superiority, and 2. Not accurate. Caucasian stems from meaning, from the Caucasus region, which most white people aren't. True Caucasians are from this area. Caucasus, Russian Kavkaz, mountain system and region lying between the Black Sea, west, and the Caspian Sea, east, and occupied by Russia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, and Armenia, Britannica. Additionally, the term Caucasian that is used interchangeably with white sprung from a 19th century idea that humans originated in the Caucasus Mountains. It was also used in Blumenbach's works, and was used by those to reference his works to order races in terms of superiority. He at the time differentiated 5 human races, which he organized by perceived beauty and value: Caucasian, Mongolian, Malayan, American, and Ethiopian. These orders from palest to darkest skin tones. There's plenty of articles and stuff out there about it if anyone's interested in looking more up. I want to be clear, this isn't an attack at all. Just a little bit of info and food for thought. I will use an old joke for an explanation. When I, block male, was born I am black. When I'm angry, sad, muddled, or lay in the sun, I'm black. But white people are born pink. Get red when angry, blue when sad, gray when muddled, and lay in the sun to become bronze, and they have the nerve to call me colored. Canadian spelling. People of color refers to multiple ethnicities, not just black people. The other phrase was used exclusively to refer to black people, and became a racial slur. Okay, this is not relevant, but I suggest you don't use Caucasian to mean white or European ancestry. It's a total misnomer. The name comes from a specific mountain range called the Caucasus that goes through Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. Some racist scientist a few hundred years ago thought the white race originated there. He also coined Mongoloid and Negroid, which we don't use today either. I grew up in a multicultural city in England and managed not to embarrass myself whilst communicating with different cultures. Then I moved to US Midwest and found African Americans very different. I quickly learned that however I see people doesn't affect how they see me. All part of a constantly shifting vocabulary. Arguably part of what's known as the euphemism treadwheel. I just say black people. Just clean. No gimmicks, no BS.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.